on the truck. Carfax shows that the hubs were replaced, I think around 70,000 miles or something like that, and then up around the 82,000 mile mark. Looks like and the brakes look great, but it looks like the brakes were replaced. Looks like the brake fluid was changed, and I want to say transmission fluid was changed. I'd have to double check that. But as far as what we did, we put a new cap and rotor on, a basic tune-up. Cap, rotor plugs, wires. PCV valve was still in great shape. The exhaust manifold was actually also replaced on the Carfax not too long ago, probably I think at 90,000 miles. So if you're familiar with the 460s, which this is, the exhaust manifolds tend to crack and leak. So that's nice that that was done. We reupholstered the seat. So the seat's in beautiful condition. In this era truck, it's hard to find a cracked dash. These dashes are pretty well resilient to a lot of cracking, and I don't know about fading, but at least cracking. So this is a nice sharp truck. So I'm in 5th gear right now, 30 miles an hour and about 1,000 RPM. I'm going to drop down to 4th. And I've got power right here, but I guess we'll turn since that guy's stopping. But for a one-ton, it's pretty comfortable. Short wheelbase. The thing I like a lot about this truck is the dually fender flares aren't as wide as others, and so if you're towing, and I've only used this to tow once, but it's much easier to see around than the traditional big dually flares. Shifts easily. The clutch was replaced, and the flywheel was resurfaced. I want to say around 83,000 miles. So the clutch is all there. It may even have a new windshield. Not sure. It's a pretty nice windshield. Crack the windows. We put new tires on it. Brand new. Everything's nice and clean. The odometer shows 94,376. compartment with the water pump. The water pump indicates that it's been replaced because there's a little tubing that goes between the water pump and the block, and the only way, and that's been replaced, and the only way to replace that is by removing the water pump. So I'm assuming if it was replaced, or if that tubing was replaced, then it would have a new water pump put on at the same time. So not 100%, but logic tells me that it was probably replaced. That being said, the truck stays cool.